So the time is finally here. I feel like it's time for me to live up to my name. It's time for Magnus Bulkan to bulk. And that's what we're starting in this video. I'm going to be covering my bulking split. I'm going to be covering my nutrition plan in terms of how I'm going to structure the lean bulk, and also a juicy workout commentary. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. I'm excited. Do you know why I'm excited? Are you excited? Well, it's because we're going to be making my favorite breakfast, especially during like a lean bulk. The calories and macros just fits perfectly, and it tastes so good. I don't know why I was out of breath saying that. That's kind of pathetic, but let's make the breakfast. You know, looking at this meal, it's kind of funny how much I hyped it up and how basic it actually is. But yeah, it still tastes really great. So I'm going to keep this as my staple breakfast during my lean bulk. So yeah, if I gain some mass, let's credit it to the baked beans, because baked beans are underrated. But let's talk further in depth about my nutrition plan in terms of the lean bulk, how I'm actually going to fuel my body to build that muscle. So Magnus, take it away. Well, I appreciate that, Magnus. Well, first let's cover the calories. I'm going to be staying in a 5% calorie surplus, which is going to put me at roughly like 2,600 calories. So that is going to be the starting point of my lean bulk. But something I'm going to do during this lean bulk, which I strongly recommend for most people if they track their calories, is to have a calorie range, because yeah, it's not realistic to expect that you're going to hit like 2,600 calories every single day on the spot. That's just going to result in a lot of unnecessary stress, and it won't really make a lot of difference in the long run. So I'm going to be having a calorie target range, which is going to be within 100 calories. So I'm going to aim for 2,550 calories to 2,650 calories every single day. And regarding my protein, carbohydrate, and fat intake, they are going to be this right here. But as you know, I'm tracking calories a bit loosely, so that obviously means that I won't hit them on the spot. So I'm just going to make sure that I hit my protein intake for the day, and the carbohydrate and fat intake will vary day to day just based on what foods I eat and what my calories are for that day. If you are someone who's been tracking calories, I strongly recommend for you to try this out, because it's not necessary to try to hit everything on the gram. I've done that for years in the past. It doesn't give you any better results because it's such a minuscule difference. Just make sure to hit your protein intake, and carbs and fat can vary a good amount. And since I've been tracking calories for a while, I can just eyeball foods and basically know their calorie and macronutrient content. So I don't really need to use the MyFitnessPal app, but I strongly recommend to use that if you haven't tracked calories before. So I will make a video about that in the future. And the last thing regarding my nutrition, supplements. So I'm currently only like using protein powder and nothing else at the moment. I will probably start creatine and supplement with omega-3 fish oil tablets as well. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm really like strict with how I spend my money. So if something is not going to help a significant amount, I won't waste my money on it. So yeah, that's my plan. So we're about to go to the gym right now. We're going to have an upper body session. Going to be the first session of this lean bulk. So yeah, I'm excited to get to it. So let's go. So jumping into the first upper body session in a week, I'm having in total 3 upper body sessions within a week. I will talk about the split after the workout commentary, but yeah, we're starting off with bench. We just warmed up, and now I'm going to do my working set. I'm roughly at like 80 kilos for 6 or 7 reps, which isn't a lot compared to where I was at. But you know, the gym's been closed. I've lost some weight, so that is my excuse, and I'm fine with it, because we're going to rebuild back our strength pretty rapidly, especially with a proper program like this. So the next exercise is going to be the lat pull down with a pronated grip, a pretty basic but yet solid exercise. And those 2 exercises are actually the only compounds for today's workout, because since we're training our upper body 3 times a week, we don't really need to have a fatiguing workout session with a ton of exercises, which I love. So the next exercise is going to be the tricep V-bar cable push down, to say the entire name. But yeah, it's a pretty great exercise for that horseshoe. Not my favorite tricep exercise, since I feel like my long head is lacking a bit, so
I'm trying to prioritize like exercises with my elbows over my head, since that trains your long head more, such as the skull crusher and the laying tricep extension. But this is just a very simple exercise, not fatiguing on your joint at all. So yeah, I just love it. And yeah, now here's the gold mine, my favorite bicep exercise of all time, the incline dumbbell curl. It's just so amazing. It puts the momentum out of the movement since you're seated in an incline position, and not only that, but because you are seated in an incline position, you have your elbows behind your back, which, if you know a thing or two about bicep anatomy, that's going to further stretch your bicep. So you're getting a better stretch on your biceps, so a better full range of motion, which is crucial for growth. And yeah, it's honestly what's grown my biceps the most. So yeah, shout out to this exercise. And if you haven't tried it, what are you doing, man? Try it. And the two last exercises for today's session is actually like some really great and underrated exercises. However, I don't want to make it come across like you have to do these isolations. You definitely don't. If you're a beginner, stick to the main compounds. These are just some exercises which is going to be like the cherry on top, or in some cases they can actually make or break that certain muscle group though. But yeah, this is the chest supported lateral raise, just a great variation compared to the regular lateral raise, since you're moving momentum by having your torso laying on the pad. And the next exercise is the lat prayer, also like a variation, but in my opinion a better one than the regular lat cable pullovers, I think they're called, because yeah, we're having our knees on the ground, which is going to make it a lot easier to actually just bend your upper body forward during the eccentric part, which is essentially going to make you get a better stretch on the lats if you were to do this standing. So yeah, you're putting your lats through a full range of motion. And that was today's workout. Let's move on to the physique update, because I feel like we have to document my physique now that we're officially starting a lean bulk. So yeah, so here are some poses. I don't know what to say during poses, but I don't want there to be like awkward silence. Like, this is kind of awkward, don't you agree? But yeah, just doing some poses. I feel like I have to learn some sick poses. Sometimes I want to actually compete in a bodybuilding competition, but I definitely got to put on some mass before that, especially on the legs as well. You know, I can't wait to make them bigger and stronger, since now my injury, my hamstring tear, has hopefully recovered properly so that I can crush those. Let's cover the split. Well, I'm following a version of an upper lower split, so I'm training my upper body 3 times a week and my lower body twice a week. Why the difference? Well, I prefer training my upper body 3 times a week because the increased frequency typically helps with strength, because you do want to exercise often, and strength is specific to exercises. And the reason why I'm not training my lower body 3 times a week as well is because a few reasons. Well, I'm recovering from my hamstring tear, and of course, there's generally lower body movements such as squats, deadlifts, other exercises. They are very fatiguing on the body, a lot more fatiguing than a bench press and a lat pull down, so they generally need more time to recover from. But how long will my lean bulking plan last for? Hopefully, like, if things goes as planned, at least 1 year, hopefully even longer. And some people are going to hear that and say, oh man, aren't you going to get fat? How are you going to do that for 1 year consistently? First of all, minimum 1 year, hopefully even longer than that. But yeah, I don't need any specific time, because why would you need that when you don't have any specific dates that you're going to be ready for? I just generally want to get stronger and bigger over time, so I'm not going to plan a specific date. And yeah, since I'm doing a lean bulk and not a typical bro bulk where I'm going to gain a lot of unnecessary fat, I won't need to cut down as frequently, simply because I'll mainly put on muscle mass. I'll put on some fat as well. That's completely fine, because my body fat percentage is like too low at the moment. You can lean bulk, you can main gain, you can really call it whatever you want to. The thing you just shouldn't do is to eat in a large calorie surplus, so that you will gain a shit ton of fat as well. And I also want to mention that this split is not meant for beginners. If you are a beginner watching this, I strongly recommend it's completely free. I'll leave it in the description. I always plug it because I've gotten tons of great feedback on it. It's just a simple yet efficient science-based beginner program which is going to make you get stronger and build more muscle. If I had that program when I first started out, I would have been so much bigger now because I did way too much in the beginning. I had people share same stories as well. They started overtraining, and when they jumped on my program, which only has them in the gym 3 days a week, they literally saw twice the progress. Like their strength skyrocketed even though they spent less time in the gym. So that just goes to show that yeah, training hard is good, but training smart, that's also good. So if you're a beginner, check that out. But I really hope that this video provided you some value. I just wanted to let you know what my current plan is, but I'm not trying to say that you should do this. This is for my certain circumstance. Now that all the informative part is done, I'm going to include a clip that I filmed a few weeks ago. I wasn't really going to upload it, just because I'm tired of being negative and shit, but I feel like it's just going to hold me accountable, and maybe it can help some of you guys out who's felt like you've been in the same boat, and hopefully it can motivate you. Let's get into the clip. Okay, I'm not sure where I'm going to start this, but basically I just arrived from a workout, and during the workout I made a pact with myself. And to give a bit of a backstory, for the past few months, yeah, my life has been so shit. I've just hated it. I haven't had any fun with making YouTube videos. I've hated the process, and I've just been very lazy and haven't really had any big goals in my life at the moment. And the result of that is that, yeah, I just became very egotistical. I stopped answering DMs because I didn't want to focus on helping people when I felt like shit. I just wanted to feel sorry for myself all the time. And yeah, I was in a very bad mindset. The pact that I made during the workout was that I'm going to continue making YouTube videos. I thought about quitting many times, but I think I will give it one last shot. The way I'm going to go about it is that, well, I feel like a big part of the reason why I've hated making YouTube videos for the past few months was that I got too caught up in making YouTube videos that was going to perform well rather than what is going to help people and what I enjoy making, and I got way too obsessed with the numbers and all that, which kind of like made me hate the process. So yeah, here is my pact. I'm going to continue doing YouTube, and I'm fully going to focus on doing it to genuinely help other people. And if I don't make it, then I can at least have the comfort of knowing that I've helped some people along the way, either in terms of like their physical health or their mental health. But if I do like make it and do somehow make this like a career, then yeah, that's obviously going to be like the best situation. But yeah, even if I don't make it, I'll at least have the comfort of knowing that I've helped some people. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm still going to make YouTube videos. I'm going to create at least weekly YouTube videos, and I'm fully going to commit and focus to actually helping people. And I'm trying to set my like sadness aside, because here's the thing, I feel like if I help people, that can maybe just give me a more purpose in life, make me feel like I have a direction and nowhere to go. Because all I've been doing for the past few months, it has just been, I've been egotistical. I've just been feeling sorry for myself, and I didn't want to respond to DMs and comments and just really focus on helping people. And my life feels so shit at the moment. So I feel like if I'm honestly like genuinely trying to focus on helping other people with my videos, like putting my life into it, not focusing on everything else, I feel like my life can somehow get better. So yeah, I'm going to commit to do YouTube one last time, and hopefully it works out as I said. But if not, I'll at least have the comfort of knowing that I've helped a few people. I'm probably going to like include this at the end of one video, because I don't really think that most people want to see this, mostly just my supporters who actually watch until the end. So if you watch this, I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I'm really excited to actually just say fuck all the metrics, fuck all the numbers and all that, because I do believe if I genuinely focus on helping people, hopefully I can make a career out of this. But again, if I don't, then that's fine. I'll have to find something else to do, but I'll at least have the comfort of knowing that I've helped someone. That's basically the pact that I've made with myself. I'm not going to stop making YouTube videos. I'm going to give it one last shot. I'm going to fully commit on doing it for other people, not for selfish reasons, and hopefully that can make me just sort of feel like I have a purpose and direction in life. I'm going to try this one last time. Hopefully you'll stick through. If not, no worries. I'm sure there's plenty other
great channels to watch. But yeah, I've been Magnus Bulkan. Hopefully I'll see you next one. Peace, bye.